Oh. Hi folks, my name is Jim March. Yesterday, on Saturday, November the 11th, I was invited to observe the hand audit process for the November 2012 general election, where they took a certain percentage of the ballots from the precinct count, 4%, and at least some of the mail-in votes, and they hand counted that percentage. Big production, but ultimately I think that's useless as far as election security for reasons that you'll see later in the video. The video opens up with a guy named John Moffatt, who's a technical coordinator for the county, kind of over and above, or at least overseeing the operations of the election department, try to tell me that I can't videotape the process. And even though the law specifically says observers can videotape the process, at least as long as they're not obtrusive about it. Well, the reason he didn't want me videotaping, his claimed reason, was that I might see a ballot laying on the table and take a picture of it. And he didn't want that to happen. Now, the reason he didn't want it to happen is there's currently court battles and political fights going on regarding whether or not we can graphic scan the ballots. That's taking all the ballots after they've run through the junk existing voting machines, put them through a separate little graphic scanner process to take pictures of them. We distribute those pictures to see whether the election actually came out as they say it did. Well, they don't want that. And the reason for that is voter privacy might be compromised if, for example, one voter voted for Mickey Mouse III in a judge's race or some bloody thing as a write-in. It might identify that particular voter and break their privacy. And our position is going to have to be tough, and that's the position I took with it, because the law says I can videotape in there, and if I can't videotape a ballot, then that would severely restrict my ability to use a camera. So you see that fight happen first. Once I backed him down on that, one of them asked me whether I was armed or not, and the answer was yes. I was carrying concealed, not open carry. My purpose was not to intimidate anyone. And in that particular admin building, there was no legal barrier against having a gun. There was no signs up, and there were none of the required lock boxes. If a county government wants to disarm you at a particular building, they have to provide lock boxes to put your boom thing in. Well, they hadn't done that, so I kind of had to confront that little challenge as well, and they backed down on that one too. So you see two little attempts, fairly early in the video, attempts to intimidate me, and they didn't work. And so the rest of the video after that is really only of interest to hardcore election geeks. There's nothing really interesting happens beyond that unless you really care about election processes and election audits and things of that nature. So enjoy. Thanks.
Walking around doing that stuff, it's when you look at a specific ballot and what they're doing.
So are you telling me that
I'm not telling you anything. I'm just
okay.
trying to discuss it.
No. Well, okay. Here's my problem. I'm looking at seals. I don't care about what's on a particular ballot. I care about seals, and I care about poll worker paperwork in error and things like that. I'm concerned about levels of error coming out of the poll worker process. Okay? Now, that means I'm going to be pretty close, and I might catch a ballot in the camera. I'm not going to be specifically focused on them, but if you're going to tell me you're photographing a ballot, therefore you're out of here, we're going to have a problem, okay? Because you're sideways with the law. I'm sorry.
What was the ARS section that you were
ARS
citing?
16602.
And there's a paragraph under that, though.
Yeah, in subsection B. That's correct.
Right. What's the title?
Well, 16 is the election code.
Yeah.
602 is where the hand is.
Title 16.
And yeah, and subsection and paragraph B specifically says. I mean, I can let you read it here.
I'll read it.
Okay, no problem. But again, the party representatives who are observing the hand count may bring their own video cameras in order to record the hand count. By the way, my phone is off as far as ringer, but I'm using it as a backup camera. So it's a camera too. Plus, it's good for looking up laws and such. Okay, but if I catch a ballot in the camera image, we're going to have to live with that.
the point is, I don't have any problem with you looking at the paperwork or seals, those kind of things. That's part of what you're here for.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying you need to be careful and not get a ballot in there if at all possible. I don't see that.
I'm not going to deliberately avoid them though. Okay. And Jim March.
There's
M-A-R-C-H. I'm Libertarian Party Observer.
What's your date of birth, Jim?
4/1/66.
Thank you.
Okay.
all I'm asking is that
I have no warrants or anything.
I'm not checking for a warrant. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking to you.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that your main focus is in videoing the paperwork and the seals. That's the main thing.
Okay.
And that, if there's a ballot in there, just ask them to move it aside.
As they crack open one of these boxes, I want to record that entire process. So
I didn't hear
as they crack open one of these boxes, I want to look at that process.
That's fine.
I don't intend to be here all day, by the way.
No, well,
No,
my goal is only that you're not recording ballots. Okay, that's the main concern I have.
Well, show me where it'd be illegal to do so. I mean, I don't care about the ballot, the particular ballot.
All I'm saying
Okay,
is
but that's me personally. What if somebody did? What if an observer who had a camera like mine or something else did care? Would you throw them out on that basis? You got no
Depends
legal.
on, number one, if you're going to get close enough to video it, then that may be disruptive. I'm not trying to prejudge any of that stuff.
All right. Well,
that's
I understand the disruption issue. Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, I think we're clear on my desire, and you already said you don't have an interest in video.
I don't care about the ballots. I care about seals and paperwork.
According to that, you have the right to record it. But
Yeah.
if you interfere with anything,
Sure.
like you read,
Yeah.
and the officer in charge of the election, would that be Mr.
Nelson.
Brad? Now, if he says that you're interfering with him,
Yeah, I know.
okay.
Understand,
I'd
this
keep
is-
Brad very happy.
Well,
Okay.
but something you should know. Brad falsely arrested an observer in 2008.
I'm not concerned
And
with
it-
what's happened in the past.
Okay.
I'm concerned with today.
All right.
If Brad says you're gonna go, you're gonna go because he has the right. As for ARS, the election official has the right to remove you. So if he tells
Okay.
me that we're gonna remove you, we're gonna remove you.
I understand.
Okay?
I understand.
I just want to be clear.
But Brad knows there's been a limitation on him placed by the courts.
I've said what I'm gonna say, sir.
All right.
One time on this side. Well, no, they're trading for something. Somebody's coming here.
Warm up your seat.
Put it on. You know what? They're falling off. And you're together, so it's yeah.
Brad, quick question. If a particular poll location table finds an error in the paperwork or the seals or something, are they supposed to alert you?
No, they're honored. The purple person.
Purple people.
Not the black. This, yeah.
Oh,
Be an auditor serving these two things.
I see. Okay. So I could ask, in theory, I could ask the auditors once in a while, have you seen paperwork problems?
To a degree, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to a degree.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I think
What I want to do is watch this table. The seal. The seal on this one's intact. So here we can get the whole process from the top to bottom.
Your board number is that first number. You have to decide among yourselves who needs to fill this out first, and then go ahead and open your box. Yeah, because this is new this time, right, Ann? No, we've always had that.
So we write down.
By any chance, are you on today?
Yes, I am.
You are.
Okay. Just so you know, I looked for signs. There are none, and this is the hospital.
Okay.
So, I mean,
I'm gonna let him know that.
okay.
Oh, okay.
But we've got no lockbox. It's an admin building. There's no posting on the door, so.
Personally,
It
you know
doesn't-
me, I don't.
Well,
What does the deputy say?
hey, he's fine.
Okay, all right.
So. Look, I'm keeping my damn jacket on, okay? I don't want to.
Oh, so you are doing five. See, there's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember practice there was something 5? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So they're trying to do it properly. They're checking which polling place they've got, starting with the forms.
Yeah, so put the president first, then the board commissioner second, proposition 116. Yeah, proposition 116. And then down at the end. Right? Yeah. And then the representative. Then you've got the representative, and then the state senate. Comma, and then you've got to have the Marcia, and divide. And you've got to have the proper.
Jim, right behind you.
Sure.
And then Ron Barber, yeah, and Ron Barber, and then board number. So, you're going to start with the presidential first. Okay, so what you're going to do is get over the head of the office. Okay, so you have to seal right here. See? Everybody has to seal right there. You're going to break that seal.
Okay, so that's a document signed by the poll workers. It should contain a seal number.
244727240.
Which one is it? Oh, you know what? It's gonna be, it's normally gonna be their fee, gonna be their around here. No, there's a bottom. Here, I can get the bottom. And it should be this bottom, what is it? Over there?
7240.
Right now. And where did it go? Right This is gonna go in here. So, take everything out. Is this your table too over here? 15 and 16. Okay, you might want to go grab their table before they get started. Oh, okay. They already did? Okay. Go grab the table. Just take everything out.
Take it all out?
I think there's one that's in there that, yes. Now you can take everything Okay. So now, for the ballot, and track you add write-in ballot to regular ballot. Write-in ballot. So you're going to get them in here and write them in here. If you're observing, maybe you could
Oh, right.
This is another person that's going to help us sort into the audit.
Okay.
And she's a pro.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Jump right in here.
Yeah, right.
Mary, when convenient, you have two bags there, one with the zipper burst and one where poll workers seem to have left some material outside the bag. I don't think they've been distributed to a table yet.
They won't unless we have to go to a secondary.
Would you be willing to read me the precinct numbers for those two bags? Thank you. Sure.
Precinct 219.
219, yep.
I don't know yet because I had to work one off.
59.
59, okay. And it was the TSX cartridge that was the only thing left out. Oh, 59. Okay.
How long have you been? We are only because now there are location level, some people. I'm old enough. I know what you're talking about. No. I used to bring some stuff from those things don't move. It's like moving a double wide freezer.
A couple real quick questions. Are your purple people trained to record anomalies like missing seals, missing paperwork, things like that?
There's a portion on the ballot report where they write any discrepancies.
I see, got it. One last question. The yellow sheet...
Oh, I don't believe that.
Oh, okay. You got a point. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. The yellow sheet on the outside of the ballot box, that came from the polling place. It's signed by poll workers. Was it originally put in the official...
Let me go get it for you so you can actually...
Well, that's okay. I don't need to see it. I know where it is.
It's the chain of custody, so that's actually more at the receiving center.
It's a receiving center box.
So there's a polling place, bring it to the receiving center, there's an inventory, and then that's part of the chain of custody from the receiving center into the central count.
Got it. And what else is in that? There's a white sheet in that as well.
That's because it's more of that chain.
Okay.
So when you come to... So if I'm a poll worker, I'm bringing my material to a receiving station. I'm going to sign the forms. Both of us are going to exchange the information.
Right.
And then I walk away with the original, the white. The yellow copy of that goes inside the bag, inside that cellophane thing.
Right.
And then that comes down to the receiving where another chain of custody is done as well.
Okay.
So that's why there's two copies and
Right.
different NCR codes.
No problem.
I have a feeling another question is
Yeah, the poll workers create a sheet that shows how many ballots are supposed to be in that bag. And
that's in the bag.
It's in the bag. Okay. Put there originally by the poll workers. Is there any envelope, either the official returns or the unofficial returns, that's outside of the blue bag?
Mm-hmm.
Which one is outside?
Both. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing that comes back inside the blue bag is the canister from the touchscreen, the ballots that were voted through the scanner.
Right, the write-in ballot.
Right, plus the write-in ballots, the ballot report, and the tapes from the OS machine. At least that's my memory tells me at this particular point in time. So the poll list and the signature rosters and all that stuff come back in separate envelopes, if you will.
Got it. Okay. Quick question, have you ladies recorded any anomalies like missing or wrong seal or missing paperwork inside the blue bag?
There shouldn't be, but I'm assuming they would, they would.
Yeah, well, apparently someone's supposed to document that, and I think, if I understand Brad correctly, you're in charge of documenting those kinds of things if you see them. Is that correct? Is that your understanding?
We don't document anything. What we're doing is we have the numbers, the master numbers, and they ask us if the numbers are correctly. If there's something that's not correct, then we would call the election staff out, and they would.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Right. So make sure that happens.
Now I got Okay, here we go.
Verify that we've got the right thing
By the way, if you ask Brad, he'll tell you I've been involved in this process since 2006. I've never disrupted anything, so. He knows I'm always crafty. It's just one of those things.
Well, I grew up on this camp,
We're out of meetings.
That gets it.
Yes, we're doing things that's why it's important to stay organized. Those are in the order in which your account
Ma'am, whenever convenient, I have a question.
Pardon me?
Whenever it's convenient, I have some questions, real quick. Okay, these mail-in ballots, these are early ballots, they came in the blue bag sealed? Okay, and what was in each of the blue bags? Yeah, exactly. I was just asking her, what's in each of the boxes for the early ballots?
Those are the batches that the Republican...
The audit badges,
yeah,
right.
exactly.
Okay,
Right.
so there's a summary report, stack of ballots and summary report?
Both in there, so the baseline and the other reporters inside here.
I see.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
For that batch.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
Okay. No problem.
Be right with you. I think it's on the bag.
Well, if Benny wrote it on there.
No, it's on the folder, the one that's still sealed.
Okay. So. Okay. So the big gaping hole in this process is that the provisional ballots are not part of the audit. There's two ways we could change the law to make that happen. We could either delay this process until the provisionals are all processed. And by the way, processing provisionals takes longer because it's a two-step. First, you determine whether or not the the ballot is from a valid voter, and the recorder's office does that, and once they decide it's a valid voter, they take their vote over to the election department, and they count it. They run it through a machine. Same process as the mail-in. So, you'd have to either delay this process until that's all done, or do another of these processes, a smaller one, for the provisional votes. And interesting. Until that's done, we really don't know a lot. Hey Jeff, quick question. Do you know if the LD races were potentially subject to this audit? The LD House races?
Yes.
Okay.
We had to pick between House or Senate.
I see. And then once you made that selection, you pick which of each.
Well, no, it's whichever one is in that batch is what you would count. Remember, in the old days, they would
Of course.
Got it. One house race, and that precinct doesn't have that house race.
Oh,
so we finally got them to say, whatever the house race is in that precinct, you count that one.
Got it. Got it.
What we picked out of the bag, we got to do president. This is the only statewide, so we were stuck with that one, which takes longer because of the way you've been. And then the statewide ballot measure, we picked it out of a bag. It's 116.
Sure.
Federal candidate, it's either going to be House or Senate. We picked it out of the bag, and it was House, and then we picked this out of the bag between state and House. Senate and House.
Got it. Okay. Appreciate it, man.